Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing I Hate Fairyland, issue 11. However, I always pick the Fuck Fairyland variant covers, so that is what you are currently seeing. So, this is the first issue, back in the brand new storyline. So we have the first two trades already out, and this is the first issue since coming back from the hiatus. So jumping right on into the comic, all of the crazy misadventures we've seen Gertrude and Larry get into, what could possibly be their next real mission, right? Well, they're going to a con, of course, because you're not allowed to ever leave Fairyland, except if you're going to Dungeon Festa PocaCon. Yeah. So we get to see the crazy Fairyland otherworldly con that is going on. And I gotta tell you, I'm not disappointed. It looks kind of fabulous. Very bright colors, very crazy and chaotic. I mean, this is what we've come to know from Scotty Young in this. But Gertrude wants to see, more than anything, her hero, Quag the Barbarian, is going to be there. So that's the main thing that she's there for. But of course, when you go to a con, what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy some really cool merch, like a sword that belonged to an org. You're going to blow up stuff, apparently, because that's what Gertrude does. She put the thing in the other thing, and then it exploded. That's the way it's explained in the comic. And, you're gonna go buy all the comics. Yeah, those dollar bins. Checking out, see what cool back issues are there. And one of the most unfortunate things about cons, when you are there to meet your hero, is waiting in ridiculously long lines with everyone else who believes that someone is their number one hero. So Gertrude, of course, not liking the idea of waiting in line, she has a number of little hand bombs that she has. That, of course, it's Fairyland, so they're all able to talk to each other. So she's starting to light them all, and they're talking to one another, asking whether or not they're going to make it out or not. And they say, "No, we're not, but I wanted to tell you something. I've always loved you." So she just chucks the bombs over like it's nothing, and basically destroys the line. It's all good. It's Fairyland. She's able to kill everyone. So, as you see here, cartoon, gore, and mayhem. This is amazing. So she's finally able to meet Quag the Barbarian. So she's going through all of her great misadventures and all of the individuals that, she's butchered. And Gertrude loves the tales of all of the people that she's killed, for lack of a better term. And she's trying to get a team up going between the two of them. She wants to be besties with Quag. And, it's not really a thing for them. So her two thugs that she has with her decide to throw her an autographed picture, which they stamped right in front of her. She didn't even autograph it. And they're trying to charge her $200 and carry her off. It sounds like some cons. But Gertrude, not wanting to be screwed over by all this, decides that she's going to attack the two men. So she tears both of their tongues out. Quag, not really liking the idea that somebody just maimed two of her men, threatens to kill Gertrude, but can't, because she admires raw talent when she sees it. So instead, she punches her lights out and sends her on her way. So we get to see her dust off all the fluff that was left on her. And she's pissed off because she was Quag's biggest fan. And you can't just treat your biggest fan like that. And that's when she meets Mandy. So Mandy is Gertrude's biggest fan. And this girl is dressed completely like her. She even carries around a battle axe similar to hers. And she's very excited about meeting her. When she first meets her, she goes on telling all of the stories of Gertrude's misadventures. Everyone that she has maimed and killed, including Claudia, who was the Queen of Fairyland, if you remember that. So, a little bit of a retelling of the first 2 volumes of Fairyland in this one panel. Very dynamic, very well done. And we get to find out that Gertrude is going to be the bigger hero here. She has decided she is going to take Maddie under her wing. And she is going to teach her exactly what it means to be Gertrude the Gruesome. So, the 2 girls team up and they go through all of the crazy rules that Gertrude has set up to be amazing, apparently. So basically, life lesson number 1, alcohol. Number 2, spill lifeblood of another. Number 3, combine lessons 1 and 2. And after that, basically every other rule is just a variation of 1 and 2. So it's a lot of just being drunk and killing people. So we go through a little bit of the misadventures that these 2 have. And it's really a lot of fun. Until Maddie's just too much for Gertrude. She never shuts up. And she takes all of the lessons that Gertrude has instilled in her, and she seems to excel in being like Gertrude. So much so that Quag and a bunch of her Barbarian buddies actually refer to her as Maddie the Murderess. And Quag herself states that they are best friends from now on. So Gertrude doesn't like that, and she's starting to realize that Maddie is kind of a perfect mirror image of her now. And she doesn't know what to do. And Larry convinces her that maybe she should be better. And she's like, wait, I could be good? But how do you be good? I mean, this is a concept that is completely foreign to her. She doesn't understand at all how you even start about being good. So Mandy, now clearly very drunk, walks over to her and, hiccuping and slurring her words, is just trying to tell her what it means to be good and the fact that you just start being good. There's not really much to say about it. You just decide to be good. So notice they're at a cliff. That's important. So Gertrude picks her up in the air and is stating from now on she is going to be a better person. No more murdering, no more killing, no more any other ing that is not good. She's going to turn all of her life around, and it's all because Mandy came into her life, right? And then that means that now Mandy has to leave her life. So leaving Gertrude's life means Gertrude is going to throw her off a cliff. Yes, she threw Mandy off a cliff. And she died. And Larry asked her, what's all this about you being good nonsense? And Gert tells him, yeah, I'm going to be good. starting now. You know, I couldn't be good with that hugger puffer around, which, yes, I said fluff, I said hugger puffer, I said a lot of different things like that, but that's a lot of the charm of I Hate Fairyland. Honestly, if you're not picking up this comic right now, you should be. It's so much fun. Also, we get glorious Scotty Young art, and you can tell that he just has a lot of fun when he's writing this. So give me a like if you like this video, comment below and tell me whether or not you're a fan of I Hate Fairyland, and whether or not you picked up this issue, whether or not you enjoyed it like I did. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of my older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.